Good morning, first graders. All right, we're going to read a very special book that's going to be our book of the week, and it's called Hey Little Ant. Because if you remember, on Friday, it was an ant was the insect of the day that we were studying. So this book kind of pairs with it, but it's a little bit different because the books that we read on ants before were, of course, nonfiction books, which gave us those facts. This book is actually a fiction book about ants. And at the end, we're going to try to think of all the different ways that we can tell that this was a fiction book instead, okay? So this book's title is Hey Little Ant, and it's written by Philip and Hannah Hughes, and it's illustrated by Debbie Tilley. Oh, here's our title page. It says Hey Little Ant, and then again, it's showing us our authors, Philip and Hannah Hughes, and then illustrations by Debbie Tilley. And then it actually says Tricycle Press in Berkeley, which is telling us where they actually printed the book. So this book has two different parts. It'll say kid when it's talking about the kid, and it'll say ant when it's talking about the character of the ant. So here's the kid. Hey, little ant, down in the crack. Can you hear me? Can you talk? Back. Very good. And it's a rhyming book, so you can help me with the last word. See my shoe? Can you see that? Well, now it's gonna squish you flat. And so here's the ant. Please, oh, please do not squish me. Change your mind and let me be. Very good. I'm on my way with a crumb of pie. Please, oh, please don't make me die. All right, so let's see what the boy says. Oh, he's standing up tall. Anyone knows that ants can't feel. You're so tiny, you don't even look real. I'm so big and you're so small. I don't think it will hurt at all. Very good. But you are a giant and giants can't know how it feels to be an ant. Very good. Come down close. I think you'll see that you are very much like me. Are you crazy? Me like you? I have a home and a family too. Let's see what the kid also says. You're just a speck that runs around. No one would care if my foot came down. Wonder what the ant's going to say to that. Oh, big friend, you are so wrong. My nestmates need me 'cause I am strong. Strong and wrong rhyme. Remember, ants live in a big colony where they all work together to help them survive. I dig our nest and feed baby ants too. I must not die beneath your shoe. Very good. Shoe and two. And here's the kid says, but my mom says that ants are rude. They carry off our picnic food. They steal our chips and breadcrumbs too. It's good if I squish a crook like you. Okay, when he calls him a crook, what do you think he means? Crook is another word for a thief. So he's trying to give a reason why. Ant, hey, I'm not a crook. Kid, read my lips. Sometimes ants need crumbs and chips. One little chip can feed my whole town. So please don't make your shoe come down. Very good. Kid, but all my friends squish ants each day. Squishing ants is a game we play. They're looking at me. They're listening too. They say that I should squish you. Now this has something on it that's very important. See the print? The print's bolded right there. And we saw bolded print in the nonfiction book. Remember that told us that that word is in the dictionary. This time it's bolded like that because it wants us to make it really bold and really make sure that we mean it. So he's saying I should squish you. So I'm going to say it a little bit louder. I can see you're big and strong. Decide for yourself what's right or wrong. If you were me and I were you, what would you want me to do? So he's saying, if I'm that big friend, what would you want me to do? Should the ant get squished? Should the ant go free? It's up to the kid, not up to me. We'll leave the kid with the raised up shoe. What do you think the kid should do? Very good. All right. So this book is a little bit different because the ending is left open. It's up to you to decide. And actually, today when we do our reading whole group, we're actually going to do a writing activity about this because we're going to use our opinion. And it's going to say to squish or not to squish. So we're going to go back and think of reasons why we would squish the ant, why we wouldn't squish the ant, and then you guys are going to get to decide if you're going to squish the ant or not, okay? But let's think back to this story. How do we know that this is a fiction story? That's right, the ant is talking. And do humans and ants really talk to one another? No, a human and ant wouldn't have a conversation together. That's one of the ways that we can tell that this is a fiction story. So, real quick, what you're going to do is I want you to say right now in Seesaw, you're just going to tell me if you think you should squish the ant and not squish the ant. And remember, we're going to do a writing activity with this later on during our Google Meet, okay? All right, you guys did an awesome job. Thank you.